Now that's a rule I can live by.
Knowledge is power, and no one drops knowledge better than the voice of Ataxia, your #1 source for resistant cell updates from around the world. Live from the hidden bunker far below a patch of unremarkable desert. He may look AI, but he's your host, Max Musterman.
Greetings, Philistines. You are being lied to. When we talk about the Holocaust and fascism, it's easy to think it came out of nowhere and forced people to accept it, whether they believed in it or not. Fascism didn't just show up one day like a gangster, say, "Nice country you have here, be a shame if something were to happen to it," then force everyone to give them control. Fascism is insidious. Fascism rolls into town waving a flag and a Bible and declares itself the greatest of all patriots. Fascism tells you you're not a real patriot unless you adhere to its definition of what a true patriot is. It will ask you to do things that seem reasonable at first. It'll feed you lies that blame all your problems on others who have no true power to affect your life at all. By the time you realize it, fascism has you under its boot, too scared to fight against it. In the United States, fascism is on the rise, and red hat-wearing fanatics throughout the country proudly vote against their own interests in the name of patriotism. As we enter the back end of Pride Month, I'd like to bring some attention to the very real demonization of the trans community and those who get lumped in with them by the fascist extremists. For whatever stupid reason, an undue amount of focus centered on these folk in the last 20 years with no end in sight. So much so that many believe we're on the verge of a trans genocide kicking into full swing. Whether you believe it or not, Philistines, there's a real fear among the community that our lord and tyrant, the would-be king, will sanction rounding up trans citizens and anyone tangentially associated with them. Given his proclivity for violence, I doubt he'll go through the motions of pretending to send them to work camps before taking them out behind the chemical shed. Shit, this son of a bitch is less likely to do that than make a huge public spectacle of killing people whose only crime is wanting to feel comfortable in their own body and choosing which name and pronouns are attributed to them. If you ask me, Philistines, it's extremely conceited to believe we have the right to decide someone's identity for them. You haven't lived their life. You don't hear their thoughts. Only they truly know who they are, and I don't think it's too much to ask others to abandon their nonsensical, convoluted reasoning to respect it. It may be tradition for parents to name their children, but to assume the child is obligated in some way to accept and use that name for their entire lives is, in my opinion, absurd. Shit, even some of the most vocal anti-trans voices in the government and media use nicknames or their middle names and expect us to respect that decision. As usual, my Philistine friends, the loudest voices are guilty of the very thing they rage against. With all that said, transrescue.org has an ebook to guide trans folk and other at-risk citizens on the best ways to get the fuck out of their country safely. The organization believes we've already reached the tipping point when it comes to anti-trans sentiment in many countries, especially the United States, and put the guide together to aid in safely and expediently getting out of the country to a more welcoming, civilized society. It covers a number of broad strokes without dialing into detailed specifics about any specific country, because circumstances can change quickly, and revising the guide to account for changes across the globe is just an exercise in futility. Instead, it provides links to each country's government immigration websites for any change in regulations. Most importantly, it teaches the proper mindset to adopt when going into a big move like skipping the country. Key among that advice is acknowledging and accepting that you're not aiming for moving to your dream house in your dream destination. You're looking to get out safely while you can. That may mean going somewhere you never considered before. It will likely mean a drastic change in lifestyle once you get there. Escaping in any way is better than slowly planning the perfect future home as the noose tightens around your neck. You'll find a link in the description below if this guide is something you or someone you know needs. Remember, Philistines, among the Jewish population in Germany during the Holocaust, the bulk of those who stayed in the country did so not because they couldn't leave, but because they thought they were good, patriotic German citizens. They felt some duty to stand their ground and fight for change. No matter how much you want to fight for change in the world, a strategic retreat in the face of merciless fascist tyranny and overwhelming numbers is a valid decision. Sometimes, Philistines, dying for a cause you believe in isn't bravery, it's a foregone conclusion. Some causes run out of soldiers willing to die long before they achieve their goals, and those causes simply cease then and there. Pick your battles. Take well-considered actions with meaningful results. Things may change for the better eventually, but you have no obligation to ride out the shitstorm until people get their heads out of their asses. It may be uncomfortable. It may be hectic. But right now, it's not too late to seek safety elsewhere. Given the chaotic whims of our Lord and Tyrant, that could change at any minute. Now that I've thoroughly depressed all my dear listeners, it's time to move on to our next segment before the ATF comes to confiscate the collection of antique pirate ship cannons mounted on the parapets of my compound.
You've got mail.
Oh no. Message!
Here we go again.
Every day the studio receives letters, voice messages, and emails from Philistines around the world. While mostly damning praise, hate mail, and an uncomfortably large volume of dick and beaver shots, we occasionally get a nugget of gold so shiny it'd be criminal not to share it with you all. From time to time, however, we get something that warrants a personal response from yours truly. The following is the latest in the deluge of messages left by a Philistine who goes by El Chupanibre. Every morning I enter the studio, open up my messages, and find no less than a half-dozen messages from El Chupanibre, and until today those messages made their way to the trash bin. Today, however, I got the following singularly insane, albeit brief message, and I had so many questions I needed to address them during the broadcast. Without further delay, let me introduce you, Philistines, to long-time listener El Chupanibre.
Superman did 9/11. Heat vision melts steel beams. Do your research, people.
That's right, you heard it here first, Philistines. Superman did 9/11. Heat vision melts steel beams. El Chupanibre, I don't even know where to begin with this one. First of all, which Superman are we talking about here? Are we talking Christopher Reeve, Dean Cain, Tom Welling? There's so many Supermen. I don't know. I mean, I suppose if post 9/11 Supermen are off the hook, but where do you come up with this crap? I mean, why? Why would you believe that Superman, a fictional character, did 9/11? I get that his heat vision can melt steel beams or whatever. I'm assuming you've got some sort of basis for that from some movie or comic or whatever. You know, I can't help but feel that you're trying to blame this on Superman because he's an illegal immigrant, not to mention that he was brought into this world by two Jewish fathers. You know, he's just a whole cluster of the things that people like you like to hate in this country. I mean, listen to yourself, man. You're talking about Superman, an American icon,
being responsible for 9/11. We've all seen Man of Steel and the part where Superman and Zod go crashing through a building. But come on, man, that movie came out, almost 20 years after? Somebody's yanking your chain, guy. I don't know what to do with this. Look, I've heard your messages. I think you need some help, El Chupanibre. You're clearly more than a little disturbed. Let's say we believe that Superman is responsible for 9/11. What do you propose we do about it? I know I don't have any kryptonite, and I don't know where to find Superman, aside from the pages of comic books. I feel like there's no getting justice in this situation if what you say is true. Things like this, they're best kept between you and your internet service provider. And if you gotta talk to somebody, find a shrink or a therapist, 'cause I can't help you. You're out of your goddamn mind. Whew. All right, Philistines. I don't know what you make of all that, but if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or anything else you'd like to share with us, you can email me at max@voiceofataxia.com or visit voiceofataxia.com to leave a voice message like our friend El Chupanibre does on a daily basis. For now, however, we'll move on to our next segment before our lord and tyrant, the would-be king, wakes up from his nap and places a bounty on my head.
And now our mandatory uninterrupted block of patriotic, government-approved music.
I watch the sunshine fall apart, even with my eyes closed. But when the stars begin to cry, awaken this night, boy. Awaken with the awaken with the It's just a part of getting older, and the love is getting colder, and my love is getting colder. I watch my chimney fall apart the minute your fire burned. You couldn't light me in the day. You waited till night turned. Awaken with the awaken with the
I touted my proudest plots unabashedly uncool. I sang a song of snot and played myself for a fool. Cracked my chest to let my heart's vast ignorance shine through. Regaled on my dreamy brain farts as if they'd already come true. I scattered the straightest thoughts, shouted the sweetest tunes. I fronted the stiffest costs and suffered the stupidest wounds while practicing the pratfall from my hubris hot air balloon. The rushing of endorphins made me forget it wasn't true. The pursuit of unintentional humor It's that off-brand music. The off-brand music. Don't let the fear steal your peace, no. Don't let the fear steal your peace. Don't let the fear steal your peace, no. Don't let the fear steal our peace. Don't let the fear steal your peace, no. Don't let the fear steal your peace. Don't let the fear steal your peace, no. Don't let the fear steal your peace. It's like everybody wants to feel love, except what is given, even if it's not enough. Only accept what we think we deserve, which is absurd, cause our vision's so blurred that we can't even see past our own damn feet. So abuse can look like love if you don't look closely. So if you're a woman, or if you're a man, if you dare to trust another human, please just understand there is no limits to the cruelty you may suffer, but also no telling what good lays undercover, cause connection is a treasure found only by the few who have waited through distortion to find a better view. And the path is full of lies that mostly caught spews, but your heart was like a compass, always pointing you the truth, yeah. Don't let the fear steal your peace, no. Don't let the fear steal your peace. Don't let the fear steal your peace, no. Don't let the fear steal our peace. Don't let the fear steal your peace, no. Don't let the fear steal your peace. Don't let the fear steal your peace, no. Don't let the fear steal your peace. Like some days I feel like I'm dying, slowly in my nest, never brave enough for flying, never able to heave these burdens from my back, so I can draw air, stop this asthma attack. But other days, I swear that I can soar up through the clouds, and I weave between the swords that are wielded by the legion, creeping demons. Gotta stop this little reason, try to play it off by cheesing, but these whispers keep me bleeding from wounds of doubting who I am or who I was. I'm either too stupid or just not good enough. But on my flying days I say fuck that. The voice whispered that I couldn't paint, but I've done that. That's the portraits, landscape after landscape. Fit is beating back with every brush stroke. My hands made 10,000 hours just to become a novice. So believing in myself, but I'm no longer held hostage by those same fears that once played even eating. Am I good enough? I was created, but now I won't believe it. Into me, that's all life is. So run to each weakness, make a lesson out of it. Don't let the fear steal your peace, no. Don't let the fear steal your peace. Don't let the fear steal your peace, no. Don't let the fear steal our peace. Don't let the fear steal your peace, no. Don't let the fear steal your peace. Don't let the fear steal your peace, no. Don't let the fear steal your peace.
In a world where colors dance and spark, electric dreams fill up my dark. Wires glow like neon lights, wiring my mind, taking flight. Oh, electric dreams, they light up the night. With folds of joy we ignite. Electricity in every side. Electric daydreams, oh so right. Blinking lights and buzzing sound. Imagination's electric ground. Colors swirl so bright and bold, painting pictures in my soul. Do you know about the USA? Do you know about the government? Can you tell me about the Constitution?
Freedom isn't free. No, there's a hefty fucking fee. And if you don't throw in your $1.05, who will? Freedom costs $1.05.
For the last few episodes, we've devoted time to discussing the obligations attached to the freedoms Americans love so damn much. Obligations an unfortunately large portion of citizens are ignorant to, either willfully or due to the laughable clusterfuck that passes for an education system in the so-called greatest country on the planet. If you're following along at home, dear listeners, you've educated yourself, you've decided to take action, but you can't find a suitable network to plug into to do your part. First, let me offer up some organizations that almost certainly exist in your community that you may not have considered. In the previous episode, I mentioned nonprofits as one place you might be able to help out or find like-minded people. That's the most obvious place to start, but it's only scratching the surface. Local labor movements, especially newly formed unions, environmental and animal rights groups, already have a proven track record of organizing and active participation, and thus are a good place to find like-minded people you can work with who are already engaged. Likewise, art galleries or indie bookstores tend to have patrons with a bent toward activism and engaging with their communities. Even places you wouldn't think, like gay clubs, can be a source of other people looking to take action, but don't know where to start. Let's say you've exhausted all of the above and come up empty. How then do you build a network of your own from the ground up? First, you'll reach out to people you already know. They may not be interested in linking up to benefit the community, but those who don't likely have friends or acquaintances who find themselves searching for a network themselves, but unsure where to start. Bear in mind, you're not building a massive social movement. The goal here isn't to rally hundreds or thousands of citizens under your banner. The goal here is to find no more than a dozen like-minded people committed to achieving meaningful change within the community. If you have an achievable goal that directly serves others in your area, it's easier to find people who will commit their time and effort to the cause. The idea is that within your small network, members will have the skills to tackle challenges as they arise, or, if they lack the appropriate skill set, they will know someone within their less committed extended network of friends, family, and acquaintances who can be tapped for assistance as needed. While it may seem counterintuitive to limit the size of your network, keeping things small serves a critical function. The larger the group gets, the more personality clashes and power struggles tend to emerge. If the group is too busy bickering over internal politics, they'll never accomplish anything, leading to fractured competing groups, if not collapse entirely. Once you've assembled your network, you need to establish a structure to keep the group together. This doesn't necessarily mean a rigid hierarchy, though veterans tend to favor a clear chain of command. Something more adaptive to the fluid nature of community engagement and service tends to be more effective. The important thing at this point is to establish responsibilities and a system of accountability to each other. Instinct tells us to come up with a schedule of regular group meetings to discuss goals and activities, but this is actually a trap leading to stagnation, which inevitably results in inaction, frustration, and collapse of the network. To keep the group engaged, establishing a regular commitment to serve the community as a group will reaffirm that the group isn't just empty words. For instance, it's far easier to commit to volunteering at a soup kitchen a couple times a month than attending a monthly meeting where nothing is achieved beyond stroking everyone's egos and talking about what the group plans to do in the future. Your goal is meaningful change in the community, not some lofty, high-minded ideal far beyond the group's reach and means, such as ending world hunger. At this point, many of you Philistines might struggle to identify how you would fit into such a network. Society as a whole likes to categorize and quantify what skills are and aren't useful. Our increasingly wealth and celebrity-focused society constantly devalues anything that won't make you or those around you rich or famous. Contrary to the prevailing belief, money isn't the only metric by which to measure the value of a person. Every one of us is capable of something of value to someone who can't do it themselves. The elderly may not be able to undertake rigorous demanding activity due to infirmity or illness, but they have a lifetime of lived experience that those younger than them can tap into for guidance. Similarly, a young teen may lack time-tested skills in a given area, but they make up for it with youthful energy that lets them work harder and longer toward achieving their objective. Everyone has a skill someone lacks, and changing the world starts by bringing those people together to serve the greater needs of the community. If, for example, you're a single parent with very little free time because caring for your children demands your attention constantly, you can extend that to watching a couple extra kids from time to time so other members of the network can leverage their skills elsewhere. That is a valuable contribution to the cause. Not every contribution to the community needs to be big attention-grabbing actions that make the evening news. A myriad of smaller actions exist in the periphery to make those actions possible. If you take a long, hard look at yourself and honestly evaluate your skills, you'll find you're skilled at something that fills an important gap in the network skill set as a whole. Meaningful change requires diversity and breadth of knowledge, combined in new and interesting ways to have any hope of making it reality. A broken system cannot be fixed by constraining yourself to working within its established mechanisms. When a system is broken, the easiest, most effective means of fixing it is to build the infrastructure of a new system, with blackjack and hookers. The powers that be tell you you can achieve change by voting the right people into the correct offices, Philistines, but you are being lied to. At best, a truly dedicated politician might put a band-aid on a gaping head wound, but in the long run, it does little to heal the wounds of our society. And now, we take a moment to remember the fallen who gave everything in life and death to being the change they wanted to see in the world.
We go into battle to reclaim our lives. This we do gladly. As of this moment, we are dead.
In death, a member of Project Mayhem has a name.
For real though, this right here goes out to all our fallen homies. To our homies.
Remember, victory is life. Victory is life.
This is some pretty surreal shit.
But what is best in life?
To cock your enemies, to see them emasculated before you, and give satisfaction to their women.
Here at the Department of Implicit Chaos, we like to end the work week by each selecting the person we think deserves and indeed exemplifies the title of Fascist Cuck of the Week. We offer each other clues and play a little guessing game among ourselves, then tally up the votes and crown a winner. Each episode, we invite you to participate in our little amusement. This episode's Fascist Cuck of the Week threw the biggest, tackiest tribute to insecurity and avarice to celebrate his birthday recently, which served little purpose beyond reinforcing the rapid decline of the country to outside observers. After months of waging war against an adversary nation, he finally achieved a meaningful step toward ending the conflict. A conflict, I remind you, he started in order to prevent said nation from achieving goals they only ever pursued in his dementia-addled brain. When what little he accomplished proved unpopular among his supporters, he immediately threatened to resume airstrikes, overall failing to achieve anything with his childish threats and tantrums. If you have a guess who this episode's Fascist Cuck of the Week is, drop it in the comments below and discuss with the other Philistines. That's our show for June 24th, 2026. If you have news or other need to contact the show, you can leave a voice message on our website at voiceofataxia.com or email max@voiceofataxia.com. For all our sleeper agents out there, tonight is the night some of you don't know you've been waiting for. Foxtrot, Unicron, Cabbage, Kilometer, Dolphin, Jangle, Tornado, Ringer, Umbilical, Maritime, Pantaloons. Until next time, this has been Voice of Ataxia. I have been Max Musterman, and remember, Big Brother is always watching, so give him a show he'll never forget.